What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Today's video is why are there not enough financially attractive men? All right, before I get into the video, I gotta do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 10,000 subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal, it's a big goal, but it's my goal. The only way I'm gonna get there is if y'all give me the HBO special. You know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special, all right? So go and help a brother out, hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I'm gonna give y'all a second to do that. Okay, let's get to it. Why are there not enough financially attractive men? Let's see what they got to say.
Now to a segment we like to call So They Say. We talked about it at the beginning of the show, and it looked like the fellas had a lot to say about it. Finding love is not that easy, right? And it's especially hard in this economy. And guess what? Many women say they are finding it very hard to find a man who makes as much as they do. A study by Cornell University found that the country's declining marriage rate is due to the lack of financially eligible bachelors. Women are actually outpacing men with education, and this is changing the age-old mentality that men are the breadwinners. In turn, the gig or small gigs economy and lack of good jobs out there have left the ladies single and disgruntled. And researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, you know, a man who...
Dating down is what they call it. Before I even get to what they're gonna say in the with the panel, I do have to address something that was just said. Okay, they are correlating, and it seems as a lot of people do so. They're correlating how much education you have with how much money you have. And historically speaking, that has been the case. Okay, when your parents told you, go and try to get that education and that'll help you get a good job, they were telling the truth and they were genuinely trying to help us. Okay, I'm a little bit young, I'm 25. Okay, so when my mom told me that, I went out, I got a full scholarship to Division I school, ran track and field. All right, and I have to say this because I am a college graduate. 41, and listen to this. Parents, if you got kids that's about to go to school, kids, if you about to go to school, 41% of college graduates do not go into a field where their degree is necessary or are unemployed. 41%. Okay? So unless you go into school, at this point, unless you go into school to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a mathematician, or an astrophysicist or something like that, it's really unnecessary. All right? I guess I am. I'm literally telling people, be cautious when you just go into these scams. Because I'm telling you right now, the college system, how it's set up right now, it's a big old scam. When you look at movements like the Martin Luther King movement and the Malcolm X movement and the Black Panther Party, those were financed by servicemen, people who had trades. Men who had trades, electricians, plumbers, carpenters. That's what black folks used to be. We were sold this dream to go out and get a degree, and then you get out of school and it's not worth anything. I know that's okay. I know that's not, you know, the wheelhouse that we're normally in, but I felt like that I had to say that because there are a lot of people still thinking that you have to go to college to make money, and it's just not the case anymore. And if you do go to college, make sure you focus on social networking, because that's where that's where it'll pay off if it ever does. If you're gonna go hundreds of thousands, sometimes tens of thousands into debt for a degree, at least have some kind of networking when you come out, because it's the old saying is true. It's not what you know, it's who you know. All right, I'm sorry to get into that rant before we get into it, but let's see what they got to say. Let's continue.
Oh, man, really?
All right, listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Really? Who wrote that?
I mean, I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled. This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
So, okay.
Go ahead, love doctor.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, you know, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one, right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal, and because you're dating down.
Yeah, facts.
What is
Don't
that?
talk to
It
him.
wasn't called dating down.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that kind of.
It's called taking care
Now
of your
it's
family.
dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
I have a feeling, though, that some of the issue here.
And to add a little bit to that, when the woman said I don't see there's anything wrong with feeling like you should want somebody that's on the same level as you. No. You can feel whatever you want. If you want to go out here and be one of these uber competitive women and focus on your career up until you're 35 and think you're going to shoot the buzzer beater and get a rich guy when you're 35 years old, you can take that bet. All right, but the odds are it's not going to work out in your favor. And then don't go back to the panel and start complaining that there are not enough financially attractive men. There's a reason why in other countries you're pressured to get married before you're 27. Why you're pressured to have kids before you're 30. It's because there's biological pressure also. This isn't just people making this up. Nature always wins in these cases. So if you want to go ahead and you do whatever, I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying accept what comes with your decisions. If you want to prioritize your career, just know that your social life and your family, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle without you. Or if you have one. Let's continue.
Here is that it may be the psyche of the men that when they make less, they are insecure and it can affect their relationship.
This report is about the women complaining about the fact that
they don't
now
have,
I got to get a guy.
So I guess my question would be, so are these women expecting the men to cover everything? They
yes,
want those
they always do.
So
that's what it sounds
doing
like to
right
me.
now. By
this particular study, I have to date down now. What is that?
Thank you. I'm so happy
You wanted to make more money. You make more money. What's the if there is a responsibility with making more money? First of all, I don't believe in any of it. But if there's a responsibility that comes with making more money, accept it. You wanted to make more money. Right. You know, are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's no one out there, I can't find love, I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money? You're going to date down?
They're killing
They're robbing us. I have a feeling this is going to be our morning rush extra.
I can do bad by myself.
Left to say. All right.
Look at that. Okay, now just pay attention. And I'm not trying to make this a race thing. I never do. Okay, but we have to point this out because as black folks, black women, I wouldn't trade you for anything, for anyone. Okay, but we got to be honest here. Look at her face right now. Her last comment, after the men said all them facts, her last comment was, "I could do bad by myself." How many black women are in this position? She does not have a ring on her finger because they feel like they could do bad all by themselves. I'm finna go. Okay. 70% of filed divorces are by women. Okay. The number one reason for divorce right now in America is money. 70% that file for divorce are women. So that means if a man does go out on a limb and say, I am willing to provide for you and give my all to this relationship, 70% of the time women leave those marriages. And the number one reason is money. I have a theory it's because of the social media. These women are happily married and then they start getting on that and thinking that they can go live this wonderful life, and there's millions of guys out there making millions of dollars and all of them are in their DMs and all of these guys want these women. Not only do they want to have sex with these women, but they want to marry these women. A lot of the times these women get having sex with and wanting to marry mixed up. They think because they equate sex with emotional attraction that men do. No, a man can have sex with you and just leave you alone. That can be the end of the deal, and a lot of times it is. So you get women that are saying, okay, we want to make more money. Now you're making more money, but you want to complain about taking the role. So do you really want equality? Is the conversation we need to have. What are you in it for? Let's be honest. Because it's looking like complete domination and control, which won't happen. We got people in the manosphere. We on y'all tail. The jig is up. All right? The jig is up. We on y'all. We see what this is becoming. You want all of the benefits of being a man, but you don't want any of the responsibility. You want to act like a child with a man's salary. You want to say, I don't want to pay for anything. I want a man that can pay for everything, but I want to make more. And then you make these high salaries and you get upset because there are no men making equal to or above you. What's so wrong with quote unquote dating down if you're in it for love? If it's all about love, why aren't you dating down? Because it ain't about love. It's about it's about hypergamy. It's about how you can come up. It's always about a quick come up. And women want to repeat these things and say that they're in it for love and this and that. 70% of divorces are filed by women, and the number one reason for divorce is marriage or is money. Those are the facts. About 50% of marriages end up in divorce. It's 2021. What are we doing right now? Till next time, y'all.